Hello, this is Living Out of My Van vlog. It's the first vlog I've done in like a month. And it's the first video I've done, second video I've done since YouTube upgraded me to have unlimited time length videos, which is kind of ironic how they would upgrade me at the same exact time that I lose interest to make videos. It's really also really bizarre for me to be talking all of a sudden. I haven't spoken for like a month. I do speak to people every once in a while. There's that one dude who I uploaded the video of myself talking to him in the Denny's. He came by again and he talked to me a couple times. I was over at that Denny's all night long a few times, and he comes by and talks to me for a while. And then there's this lady comes by, talks to me like twice. You know, he's homeless. I guess he's homeless because he lost his house. And then she's homeless. I don't know why she's homeless, but she was going to get her car back from her mechanic, and she'd lived out of her van for a long time, but she hadn't decided if she wanted to like continue living out of it or whatever, because she said she had weird experiences, I guess in New York, getting poisoned by poison gas or something like that while she was in her van, and then waking up with twisted ankles. There's weird stuff. And anyways, yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying living out of my van. I'm busy working on a timeline on the internet and on the computer, and so the last thing on my mind is living out of an apartment. All I want to do is live out of my van. I mean, I can barely even keep on top of keeping my van clean. Imagine if I had an apartment. Although it would be cool to live in an apartment and just like lock myself into a room, you know, all day long and all night long, and then cook food in the kitchen and then come back out and continue working in my room. It would be a lot cheaper that way if I didn't have to pay rent. I keep telling my mom, I'm like, yeah, you should let me live with you, you know, and she's like, no, but you're up all night. And I was like, well, how do you tell? You know, I have the door shut and I'm not making any noise. And she's like, we fight. And I'm like, no, we don't. Anyways, she doesn't want me to live with her, so I'm living out of my van. It's kind of still up for grabs if I'll be able to pay my credit cards back. I owe $681 on one card, like $390 on another, and then like $170 on another, and then I owe my brother $440. But I kind of my car broke down. I had to pay $225 to get it fixed and another $40 to rent a car, $265 down the tubes, just because of bad luck. So hopefully, you know, if my car doesn't get fucked again over the next few months, I'll be able to pay off my credit cards. And I bought a new battery for my other computer, but then it turned out that the computer's motherboard was fucked, so the computer's basically trash. So I sent the battery back, and I'm going to get a $170 refund on that. I'm going to call Dell and see like what the deal is, because that was like a couple weeks ago and I haven't got my money back yet. So I'm going to call and be like, when can I expect that 170? Because I have like 285, actually 285 in the bank as of yesterday. So I don't know, I spent like 30 bucks today. I got an alarm clock for 10 bucks today because I want to become Dayternal. I turned into a Dayternalist again because I want to start cooking it at the library, right? Because I don't have two computers anymore. I just have one. So, you know, and it's good. I have this tiny little computer. It's good to have a computer, you know, where you're only doing the internet, because I timed myself because I'm in the habit. I don't have to time myself anymore. I can do my videos as long as I want. What a weird, like, idea, concept. Make videos as long as you want. Yeah, so I can go to the library and I can, like, watch the videos at the library. Now, because I'm working on my history timeline, I want to get good at history, so I'm watching, like, history videos on YouTube, right? Like, you know, there's this YouTube channel called All Histories. ALLHISTIES. And it has got so many videos. And then, you know, you got the links to the other videos and the other videos. And it's all the, you know, BBC, PBS, History Channel documentaries on historical figures and events. And I am eating it up. I fucking love this shit. This is like the most exciting part of my entire life. Dude, they haven't had this many History Channel fucking documentaries since ever. It's like all over the place, you know? And a lot of them get, you know, pulled because of the violations. But, I mean, fuck. I'm a little bit drunk. I had a couple of 10%. I had a pina colada and a margarita. But I'm like, fuck, dude. This is crazy. It's like downloading information, you know, and I'm learning shit that I never learned before, and I'm like, why do I not know this, you know? Like every single good historical figure in all the events of history, battles and wars and dynasties and migrations and conquerings and empires and kingdoms should all be ingrained in all of our heads. Well, you know, that's a whole nother video, a whole nother thing, which I'll talk about later, but there's no reason why it shouldn't be. And I'm just so excited to know. I mean, imagine if you knew everything there is about history, like literally everything. Then you'd know which way the future is. You know future because you know where you're going, because you know where you came from, and then you'd be able to identify things that are happening in the world now that are just like related to things that happened in the past. So you would be able to identify if they're good or bad, you know, because of the results that they had in the past, and all sorts of shit like that. So, anyways, it's really good to know history. But anyways, those videos are freaking. I'm loving it. I'm eating it up. And I can even watch them, you know, on my computer Wi-Fi parked in front of the Starbucks or the library. But I like hanging out at the library all day because the library loads the videos and I have to like wait, you know, and it doesn't, the computer doesn't freeze, you know. For example, I'm parked outside of a Starbucks right now that usually has good internet, but I couldn't watch the video now because it keeps freezing as it loads up. So at the library, it's reliable and you get to watch it over and over and keep going, keep going. And the library I'm at, it's the northeastern part of town, the Bear Canyon Library, and it's like a rich part of town, so there's like always like extra computers there. So like I do my hour and then I do my second hour and then I just go to the librarians, you know, before I'm even out of time, and I go, yo, I want another hour, and they're like, yeah, no problem. So I can be there from like, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning when it opens until 8 o'clock at night when it closes. That's like 10 hours. But then, you know, for the last couple of days, I become day eternal. So it's like from the coffee shop right next to it has good internet. It opens at 6. So I'm there for 4 hours. And then I'm at the library for 8 hours. So that's like 12 hours. No, 10 hours. 10 hours plus 4 hours. That's 14 hours every single day. Because I suddenly became a day eternal. Because what happened was I was no more nocturnal until one day I was up all day. And so then by the time the night came around, I was ready to sleep. So I slept, and then, of course, I get up really early in the morning. So, boom, I'm a day eternalist. And I love being a day eternalist because that means I get to be, my waking hours align with the opening hours of the library. So, you know, because before that I was spending, like, all of my working hours at the Denny's. There's this one Denny's that has good internet. They charge $9 an hour, but the people at night don't charge at all. So when the people of the day sometimes ask me, and I'm like, well, I'm not using the internet. But usually I leave and then I go. But, you know, I have like my mom sent my other battery to this little mini computer. So I have two batteries to the mini computer. So I have like 8 hours of, you know, of battery power while I can be in my car all night long. And, you know, I can, if it's really cold out, I can turn on my car and let it run and warm up. But I have like, you know, I have like all of the sleeping bags and pads. Fleece. Sometimes I have trouble finding words in my head. That can keep me warm all night. And yeah, and sometimes I drink wine all night long. There's this one Walgreens, and I've always seen like trucks and RVs parked out in front of it, and the guy in there is like, they sell wine, and you can get like bottles of red wine and white wine for $3, dude. And it's good wine. So there, you know, and sometimes I mix it with my drink, my pop. And I drink it all night long, you know. I'm like, oh, and I'm doing the internet because I can park out in front of the McDonald's. That's really good internet all night long. And when I sleep, I just sleep in the parking lot of the place. But actually, sometimes I'm up so late that at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's when the park's open. So then I just park at the park. And I've been putting up my curtain on the front of the car. So it's like I shut out the world completely, and it's like this is my own room, you know. I can hang out totally naked in here, lay on top of my bed all naked all day long and sleep and get up. But I kind of like, I'm liking being a day eternalist all of a sudden. Yeah, so it's cool, man. But yeah, since the last time I did a video, like, let's see, I got kicked out of a Denny's because they said I stunk. But I had like a shower 2 days before that, but I think they remembered me from when I was there 2 weeks beforehand, and I did stink. But the lady was kind of a bitch. She's like, you need to put your fucking, you need to put your shoes on, dude. And I was like, whoa. But I guess she asked me that like 2 weeks before, and I guess she remembered that she asked me. Then this other fucking like 300-pound like obese dude is like, you gotta put your shoes on or go home. And I was like, this was at a Village Inn. you know, and my feet were on top of my sandals. The only difference was they were not slipped inside of the you know, the straps. So it's like, I look at him and he's like, "You can't have your shoes off in a restaurant." I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude. So I left. I didn't tip. I'm never going back there again. But that was the same place where I was there. I was parked for like 5 days. I slept in the parking lot, and then I was up and I was like hanging out and working 16 hours a day. Finally, like the manager sits down, and I'm like, "Oh, I already ordered." And she's like, "No, I'm not sitting down to order food. I got to talk to you." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, we've had like patrons complaining that you've been sleeping in the parking lot, so you can't do that anymore." And then she's like, "Oh yeah, you can't fill up your glasses in the bathroom anymore either. If like the inspector saw, they'd like put me out of business and stuff." And then she's like, "Just ask the people to give you a mug of water, a pitcher of water." And I think she mentioned the whole "don't take your feet out of the shoes" thing. Health inspector thing, man, that whole like FDA or whatever health inspection bullshit, it's fucked. Like yesterday, I go into it was really cold. We were on a cold spell. Yesterday I go into the regular coffee shop, and I go in and they're like, "Yeah, we can't sell you anything. There's all these, the regulars in there with coffee from the Starbucks next door, but they're like, "Yeah, we can't sell you anything." And I was like, "Well, they can't even sell me a muffin. They literally can't sell you a muffin just because their pipes froze and they didn't have water." So, and then I was like, that's weird. It's like, how the hell did the fucking... It's like a dog barking. How did the barbarians last so long? No, it's a kid yelling. How did the barbarians last so long? And then I went into the library, and the library kicked me out because they're like, "Yeah, our pipes froze, so we have to kick you out because of sanitation, because you can't flush toilets or whatever." And it's like, Jesus, dude. Taking it a little bit too far. Litigiality, man. People not taking responsibility for themselves. So then you got to take the litigiality into ridiculous levels. Anyways, so they had, yeah. So that was weird. So that was yesterday. It was kind of cold yesterday, but not as bad. It was freezing yesterday. It was ridiculously cold yesterday. But it wasn't so bad. It's not going to be bad tonight either. I'm going to go see Fair Game, that movie. I was going to wait until Tuesday and do all my movies on Tuesday because it's only $1.50, but I was like, fuck it. It's only $3.25 today. So I'm going to go see that. That starts in 20 minutes, 23 minutes. Yeah, so... I was parked in this one place. I got excited about living in the northeast part of town again, which was like my base when I first came here for like a month until the cops were like bothering me, and then I left. But I found this cool place. It was kind of like you park in this big dirt area off the road, and no one can see me, and I like parking out there because I feel like I'm in the middle of the wilderness, and it's like it's my own like ranch, And I got up 2 days in a row at like 5:30 before it got light, and I left. But then one day I slept in yesterday, and I leave, and they had like coned me in, so I had to move all the cones. And some Indian guy steps out. He's like, "What? Where you come from?" And I'm like, "What? Oh, I come from back there." I didn't tell him I actually slept there, but I think you're not supposed to sleep there. There's signs all over that say private property, but if you had the cones there, anyways, I might sleep back there. I like that area, but they're also doing a lot of construction on the road, so there's like empty lane. So I think I'm gonna camp there on the empty lane, dirt area, and just get up. I bought a alarm clock today because I wanted to, it set it so I can make sure to get up really early in the morning, so that I can leave before anybody notices that I'm there, and then I can be like under the radar there. And tonight I'm gonna sleep in another Walgreens place that I've slept only once before, a couple blocks down there. But yeah, I mean the library opens up at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so I like to be there by 9 o'clock, or even back to the coffee place by 6 o'clock when they open up. So yeah, after the movie, I might actually just straight up go to sleep over at this place. Yeah, but I mean, I've been moving around. It's kind of cool living in a car because like I'm like a local of all these different places. I've got like more than a half dozen places where I'm like a local at. I mean, hell, I don't even want to count them. Maybe it's even like more. It gets more and more as time goes on, but it's like places where, I see that the internet's good there, or like I can get away camping out overnight, And it's interesting. I'm like a local of all these different areas in town. You know, and somebody wanted me to do like a video like, why do I sleep out of my car? And I like living in my car. And it's like, because I can like tell the energy is different at different parts of town. Like even by closing my eyes, I can feel the energy around me. It's like this one time when I tripped on Salvia de Noron, you know, I was tripped out. I couldn't see anything. I was just in this like rainbow room, but I could feel that I was in a world surrounded by people. And it's kind of like that, you know, in your car, you close your eyes and you can feel you're in the world, but you can also feel that you're in that part of town. You can feel the energy. Each kind of part of town has a different energy, and you can actually attune to feel that easily when you're living out of a car, because you're a local of all these different places. You know, you don't have as much of a familiarity with routine, going to just the same place over and over again, and, you know, so you can't tell there's actually an energy difference in a new place. When you go to a new place, you know, you do feel it, but you can't tell because you're not like moving around all the time. And that's kind of a cool thing. But I think I'm going to stay here until it gets too hot, but I'm going to stay here as long as I can, because, you know, if I move on, if I move more north and stuff, that equals driving. Driving equals gas money. And I kind of have to save as much money as I can. I am getting better at not using gas because, or not spending money, because my appetite actually suddenly shut down. It seemed like it happened overnight. Like for the longest time, I was spending like 20, 25 bucks a day on food. You know, like at Denny's or whatever, I'd be eating so much food. And I think that was like, it just took me a couple of months to tone down my appetite, my metabolism after biking, you know, being in bicycle shape. All of a sudden I realized I'm getting fat. And I only need like eat like once or twice a day. So that's cool, because it means I can spend less money. You know, and my original goal was, I'm going to get as fat as I can, right? I actually told that lady that. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get as fat as I can. She's like, why? I'm like, because then it'll be more easy for me to motivate to get skinny. And she's like, you don't have to get fat in order to motivate to get skinny. And, you know, I was like, whoa, yeah, that's true. So, you know, now I'm living on like this. I've got this like, you know, these like vegetable packets that I eat. This is like my dinner. And then for breakfast, I spend like 10 bucks on food over at the coffee shop, right, to give them their money, because I hang out there for like four hours, you know. And oh wait, you're not supposed to eat on videos. People complain like that a lot on my comments, and I hate it. I would drive me crazy if I saw somebody else eat on the video. But oh my god, 17 minutes, so I overdid my normal time limit. But I totally like don't have to worry about that, because I have new YouTube, and as long as I want, hell yeah. I did get suspended though for a couple of weeks, for 2 weeks, because I got flagged on 2 videos. If you get flagged on 2 videos within 6 months, then they suspend you for 2 weeks apparently. So yeah, for 6 months. So I can't get flagged on another one. So I'm not gonna. And they removed one of my videos of me bench pressing, because I had this one of this topless bodybuilder chick bench pressing, even though you can barely see her tits. I mean, there's this other video, this other bodybuilder chick flexing, and she's totally topless on YouTube, and I think that's been up for like months, and nobody flagged it. But that's because she looks like a man. But anyways, Renee Tunney is her name. Anyways, she's got like 24-inch biceps. But anyways, yeah, so dude, I'm like totally fired up about living in my van and working on my timeline is going to be awesome. I'm going to include everything. Every single king, every single kingdom, every single migration, every single natural catastrophe, every single religion, every single battle, war, and included right there in my timeline. And then I'm going to make videos about it. So I'm going to have the entire story from the beginning of the universe all the way up through present. But it's going to take me like a year. I'm going to allocate myself about a year to work on this. So I'm not going to be making many YouTube videos. That's why I haven't uploaded a video lately, because I'm just fired up about this. I mean, I don't even have time to like do. Sometimes I go like 2 days without brushing my teeth, and when I do, I spit it out of the car while I'm driving. I'm brushing my teeth while I'm driving. You know, I've got like the splatters all over the side of my car. I mean, I don't have time for anything. Literally, like I had to go like a week without cleaning my car. You know, like look. There's all the trash in my car that I forgot to throw in the thing, in the dumpster today, and so I'm just like fired up, you know. But I have to be this way. I have to, and I work straight through, 14 hours, 16 hours a day straight through. I mean, I'm talking not even stopping to eat, not even stopping to like take a breather and like fuck around on the internet. I mean, I'm there just boom doing it. Because the work I'm doing is incredibly tedious, and you'll see that when you see my site. And the only way I'm going to finish it is if I just plug away. And I'm prepared to go for the rest of the year. if you know, by the time when the end of the year comes, even if I've still got like wild ideas about my timeline, I'm not gonna continue. That's long enough. But yeah, I'm predicting until the end of the year. So I'm not gonna be making many YouTube videos. I've had some requests, and I might. Oh, come on. My freaking solar system doesn't work all that well.